Nobody asked that little 15 year what I was going through. People picking on us, talking about us. We didn't have the clothes everybody else had. So I became a monster.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars.
Yeah.
We got a very special moment right now, man, to where, we do this thing called Real Life Street Stars. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, we get a lot of flack because they feel like, we behind the camera are the street guys or the street stars, or we supposed to be from the streets. And I always say, nah, it's never about us behind the camera. It's about the person we put on the couch. When we say it's a real life street star and clap it up, we mean the person sitting in front of the camera is a real life street star. We got one of the original real life street stars, man. Right now going by the name of Bishop Eli. Some folks might know him by the name of Lil Eli back in his day. And I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself and also tell us where he's from.
Bishop Eli, I'm known as Little Eli from South Dallas. You can say Dixon. I'm raised up in Park Road, Bonton, growing up in West Dallas. So really everybody know me in Dallas. So, but born and raised in D-Town.
Come on now. Bishop, I want to do it like this because right now we're presenting you as Bishop Eli, and you have not only come in and change your life and giving your life to Christ and giving your life to God, but you're reach one, teach one. You're teaching it to the youth. You have a congregation now. Your voice matters. But like I always say, it's always very important to know a person's story, to know a person's testimony. Mm-hmm. And you have one of those testimonies that, again, for us to build this platform here in the city, that it wouldn't be right if we continue doing something like this and not reach out and grab your story and let the world know exactly how important it is to this city of Dallas. So with that being said, I want to take a trip back, before Bishop.
Okay.
When it was Lil Eli. And I'm gonna go before you jumped off the porch and was thugging and bugging. I want to go back to where a lot of people don't remember Dallas. The skyline wasn't always as great as it looked now. These tall skyscrapers weren't around. The highway, some of these highways weren't built. 75 was just a thought. North Park Mall went around. A lot of stuff went around. But you being from the city, coming up the way you came up, I want to kind of delve into your past and history, and I want to start with your upbringing. Okay. As far as before we get to your thugging days and robbing and drug dealing and stealing. Let's just start with how you were raised, who your father was, who your mother was, brothers and sisters. Give us an idea of your household as you came up.
Well, I come from, we originally born in West Dallas, ended up living in South Dallas. My dad was a bishop, and we grew up in church. I found myself living with my mom. I noticed that when I was growing up, I remember when I was about 8 years old, and my brother, Adam, my mom had went to work, and he was eating out the trash can and bringing food to the house. And so around about a couple of weeks after that, a lady actually put some food in the trash can, recorded my brother, and so the juvenile sister came and picked us all up from the house while my mom was at work. I never forget it. And so they had took us and put us in the juvenile, and they started asking us questions. I always been one of those guys that, look and trying to figure out what's going on. And but it got my mama in trouble because my brother was eating out the trash can and bringing it to us. Anyway, make a long story short, my mama came home from work. You just imagine all your kids gone in juvenile. And so while we was down there, they were asking us questions. And so I noticed that my brother and them kept eating, and they kept coming in there and said, do y'all want more? Do y'all want more? And I told them, I said, hey, man, y'all stop eating, man. Y'all gonna get mama in trouble. And I stopped eating like y'all ain't ate. They doing it. And so anyway, they took us in front of this court system. I never forget it. And they asked us all questions about our mama. And they asked us, why y'all eating our trash? Do your mama take care of you? And so when it came down to me, I was like about 8. I said, we got a good mama. She just is hard on her, you know. And so they said, who y'all want to be with, y'all mama or daddy? I said, I want to be my mama. And so I said, but it's hard on her. So, you know, don't take us for my mama. You know, she trying to do the best she can. So they put us back in the little cell. I was mad at my brother now. I said, you get our mama in trouble. Don't be eating like that. They setting us up. And so coming up, you know, in the South, my mom did her best to raise us. And so I growed up. I growed up without a birthday party. I never had a birthday party since I, you know, been living.
Wait, why didn't you have a birthday party?
My mama couldn't afford it. Never had a birthday party.
How many siblings you had?
It's 6 of us. And so I have 4 brothers, 2 girls. Never had a birthday party. But when I was like 9, I started to get involved in the streets. I started to want to do something different. So I find myself stealing out of Angelo's, stealing meat and stuff, bringing home to my mom and them bread, you know. And so growing up, when I was a child, we lived on Peabody. And I think I was about 12. And my mama sent my sister to the store and told her to go get something. I should have went, but I was asleep. And so she told my sister to go. And then like about an hour, and my mom said, go see where that old fast girl at, you know, she might be trying to talk to some little boy. And so I went to the store on Peabody, and I seen this person laying in the attic, and I walked over there. It was my sister. So I like, man. So somebody had pulled her over and raped her and left her there. So you got to remember, I'm like 12 years old.
This an alley?
In the attic, left in the attic behind the store. Snatched her and raped her, left her there. And so I'm picking my sister up, I'm carrying her. So I'm like, man.
How old is your sister at this time?
She's about 15 or 16. And so I carry her home. My mom, she's like tore up from it, you know. Then, you know, when you call the police, instead of them looking, they asking, was this a boyfriend? Where she, you know, asking stupid questions. And so you got to remember, I'm 12 years old. So this what led me kind of get in the streets, start wanting to hustle, start to, around the fair part, start to get in the gang, start breaking in cars. And so I ended up finding myself in the streets. Real like now, you know, I told my mom, I said, Mom, one day I'm gonna take care of you. You know, I'm gonna get you out the hood. And so that led me into getting involved in the gang. So I ended up in the juvenile system at a young age. And so when they had me in the juvenile system, this is the crazy part, joke. Yeah. I went to court. And so when I went to court, I run up out the juvenile, the thing. I'm talking about bust the doors out.
The moment before you even saw the judge, or?
Before I saw the judge, I'm waiting on the judge. And I break out running. I run across the railroad track on Harry for the juvenile. I get away, man. I escaped the juvenile.
Oh,
and so they looking for me. And
wait, what got you caught up in juvenile? Like that's your first time stealing? Okay.
Yeah, stealing. You know, robbing people, and I end up going there. And so while I was in the juvenile system, but when I did escape, I know they was looking for me, so I know I can't get caught. So anyway, I end up getting caught. I think around 13, I end up, they sent me to a group home. So in the group home, I stayed there. So I did good, meaning it's a kind of slow guy. And so we started doing good on different levels where I can go outside.
Which group home did you go to? The one in the city or out the
one
city?
In the city. They had one on Bonneview. It's like a home they put you in like a real home. It was a lot of boys in there.
Yeah,
And
I know which one.
but they trust me because I was doing good. But I knew I was going to escape. You know what I'm saying? I already made up my mind. We ain't been up there. So I got this retarded guy that he kind of slow. I said, hey, man, we're going to escape, you know, because she trusts me. And I went to the park. I was doing real good. So I remember that bus coming through there. I think that 51 Lancaster bus was coming through there. And I said, boy, I got a couple change in my pocket. If she ever let me go to the park by myself, she trusts me. Me and that slow boy, I'm going too. So we get on the bus. We get on the bus and we done both escaped. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, did y'all part ways that right after? Did you stay with?
I say, man, I'll let you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you gonna go, but me, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, make a long story short, coming up, then my mom went through a lot. My brother and them broke in this lady house, and so breaking into lady house, the police came. My mama didn't know no better. When the police came, my mama talking about she done it, which she shouldn't have done it, but she did it trying to save us. So they ended up locking my mama up for 2 years.
Your mom said she broke into the house.
Yeah, keeping us from, my brother and them from going to juvenile, but not
amazing.
knowing they can get out. So my mama did, 2 years. So us growing up, I'm mad at my brother, cause my dad, my dad was throwed off. He was Christian, man, but he was throwed off. And my dad used to beat us. We couldn't even talk about our mom. We had to be quiet. And we always say, we miss our mama, we miss our mama. And we be in the room together, we talking about mama, when we gonna see her one day. And so one day we was coming from church. And as we was coming from church, we was in the van. So my sister was hollering, mama, mama, mama. So I know she had to see my mama for real, cause my daddy don't play, you know what I'm saying? He said, hey, don't be talking about that woman. Mama, mama, mama. And we all went hollering, mama, mama. He said, y'all calm down. Mama, mama, mama. So he went on turn. Showing up, my mama in Bonton on the phone booth. We jump out the van, hug our mama. I said, mama. She said, hey, baby, why y'all looking like this? Because, my daddy, he had us looking rough, man. Her nappy, same clothes on. You know what I'm saying? All the kids talking about her. So I'm sitting up there, I'm looking at my mom. I'm hugging my mom. And she said, Mama, sorry. But I said, Mama, can we stay with you, Mama? I don't want us to leave. She said, we all sat in her lap. All are trying to get in her lap. She said, yeah, baby, but Mama ain't got nowhere to stay, but Mama gonna get an apartment and I'm gonna come get y'all. And I said, Mama, I don't care if you stay. I want to stay outside with you. I ain't trying to leave my mama. And so anyway, I'm telling my mama that. And so my dad let my mama get in the car. He ride around, all us in our mama, on our mama. You know what I'm saying? This is our mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I told my mama, I said, Mama, you can let them, I'll stay with you. Mama, you ain't got to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay with you. She said, no, baby. Mama gonna, she said, no, baby. She said, Mama gonna come back and get y'all. So I'm like, man, Mama, we finally see our mama. My mama been gone 2 years.
2 years? Yeah, y'all kids.
We kids. But anyway, so as I was growing up, it made me challenge the streets. And y'all making too much noise. It made me challenge the streets. And so what I ended up doing, coming up, I started to hustle. I started to get in the streets, started trying to help my mom. And so around 14, I found myself robbing. Then I found myself selling dope.
Bro, what year is this?
This like 86, 85. 84. And I started selling dope. And so around 86, I got hip to rocks, when nobody wasn't knowing about the rocks, in New York. I remember Dolphin came in and said, hey, man, I'm gonna show you how this rock game. And he rocked it up and pallet, and it was a little bit of rock. I said, I'm finna kill you, man. You'll mess my dope up. He said, no, man, this gonna sell. This is crack. I said, man, you done mess up my dope, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I started chopping it and put it in a little bag. Folks running and buying tins. He started bringing the customers. And so I got involved in the game. I started putting my homeboys down, and before you know it, I'm around 15. That's when Ray Charles, we was in South Dallas. Ray Charles had his spot over here. I had my spot. And then you got Big Ken, Anta Ray. You got all these guys. Got the Jamaicans. That's when the Jamaicans came to South Dallas.
Yeah, we heard about the Jamaican War.
Yeah, Jamaica started putting them 4 kids in South Dallas in the tub and killed. That's my little homeboys. And Jamaicans came in.
That was your you knew the people?
Yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm from Parker. I'm from Mile. So to put the kids, that's a little homeboy them they put in. One of them, Leo, played dead. Wow. And that's when the Jamaica, everybody acting like a Jamaican. You're a thought, you're the blood clot. You know, everybody acting like Jamaica. Because Jamaica came in the city acting a fool. And so, but, you know, we had a group that in our hood, we was kind of throwed off too. And so you got Danny Bell them, and they started shooting at the Jamaican. You know, at first, we trying to see who these people is, you know what I'm saying? Because they came in real strong. Yeah. But coming up, anyway, I started getting in the streets, man.
Quick question, let me ask you. Do you know why the Jamaicans chose South Dallas to come to?
I don't know. They didn't go to West Dallas. They didn't go to Old Cliff. They came to the South. I think the reason why they came to South Dallas, because, you know, they can only buy liquor in South Dallas. It was drugs already. It was a neighborhood for drugs. So
yeah, I would ask, as far as for them to come over and try to take over South Dallas.
They did try to come on, but we took it back.
I'm about to say, yeah, well, y'all putting up because they call it a war.
At first, we was kind of like, you know, let them in, and you know, they had Silver Slipper off Martin Luther King. We kind of let them in, you know what I'm saying? They was that Lady Pearl, City Lights. So we kind of let them in because they got the drugs, but not me. I was doing my own thing. But when they started shooting, Jamaica's always been scary, man. Don't let them fool you. They just had the gun. They were scary. And so, but us at the same time, we was like, you know, we in the South. You know, we ain't tripping on Jamaica. We just trying to work with this. Some of our homeboys robbed Jamaica. And so that's the reason why they killed some of them kids and left them in the tub. But one of the things, though, we had dudes like Danny Bell, you know, Curtis Blow, you know, we was on a whole nother level. And so we kind of like, hey, man, we finna deal with these Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying? And so we kind of dealt with them, and it kind of flipped. But at that time, I just didn't spend all my time with no Jamaican. That, you know, they hear and go. Other guys did. I didn't. You know, I had my own thing going on at 15.
With those names you stated, was there any names on the Jamaican side that you remember that like rung bells?
Yeah, Trigger, what's the name? Couple Jamaican, man.
Trigger.
Uzi. You know, you had, they gave themselves a little gangster name, but they didn't really matter to us. You know, this our hood, you know. Even though they dealt with certain dudes in East Dallas and some parts of South Dallas, but back in the corner on they even date our girls. And so it was a different environment. But my group of people we growed up with, we always stood together. You know what I'm saying? We go to the club together. We did everything together. So, but when they did those to them kids, then we started to say, hey, man, these Jamaicans, they doing too much, you know what I'm saying? But
take it back over.
Yeah, and so we got to take it back over. But anyway, so around 15, I'm trying to keep up with the dates. I end up, you know, coming up. I end up going to California. I go to California around 87, 86. I go to California. I bring the Sixes down here. So when I come down here, I brought the Rolling Sixes, brought Little Slob, Little Rat. In them Crips guys that know from Florence and California, I know they know Kokomo and Rat. These guys, Rat still living. Joe, he dead, he died on the couch. And so anyway, I brought them to Dallas. And so first, when I went to LA, I had my hat to the side. So Joe said, yo, man, you can't do that down here, man. Can't wear it. I said, what? What's wrong with my hat? And said, you can't do your hat down like that. I said, I'm wearing my hat where I want to wear my hat. But not knowing certain way you wear your hat in LA, symbolized game. And so, but make a long story short, I noticed that those dudes never hang out on the front yard like we did. They never, nobody is on the front yard. You know, in Texas, we on barbecue on the yard.
Outside.
Everybody in the backyard where a fence at. You don't see guys on the front yard. It's not heard of. So me and my partner, the Bible, we are on front in the car. So Joe say, yo, Eli, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This ain't Dallas. You can't hang out on the front porch. And so we said, what? Why? You know, said somebody gonna smoke you. You know what I'm saying? So you in the 6th neighborhood. And so anyway, we went in the house. Joe went to the car. Sure enough, Joe gets shot 6 times in the chest.
Just from going to the car?
Going to the car. So
no altercation, no nothing?
No altercation. That's why you don't see guys in LA hanging out in the front porch. They don't do that. Anybody that's tell you that's a real Crip, they'll tell you. That's what they taught me. Then, they taught us how to do the Crip walk. We doing the Crip walk, you know what I'm saying? And so we kicking it. So one guy down there, I bring him to Dallas. He red looking guy. So I just called him Red. And I said, Red, let's go to the car. He said, yo, don't call me Red, man, I'll smoke you. I said, man, hold up, you ain't gonna smoke me. You know what I'm saying? So Joe, he kind of, hey, that ain't for y'all. So anyway, I ended up coming up, Joker. I ended up getting money. I had a gambling habit. Almost losing $20,000 a day. I'm getting money. I'm gambling. And I'm having money, man.
How much money were you having, if you don't mind me asking?
Maybe, I had 3 traps. Ray Charles had a trap. I went and got his rock to see how big his rocks was. And so I compared mine to his. I made mine look bigger. So we, everybody trying to figure out who little Eli. I don't think he knew who I was at that time. They thought it was a grown man. And so them dudes out of LA was fronting me keys. So, but anyway, make a long story short, man, I end up coming to the hood on my game. At that time, you had an L dog. It's just like you got a Bentley. And I got an L dog. Ray Charles got an L dog. Come on, I'm 15, 16 with an L dog. So I come through the hood, I pull over. One of my partners, ain't gonna say his name, and cause it's over with. Anyway, he told me, he said, I'm gonna slap you. What you doing in the hood? You a broad. And I said, hey man, don't disrespect me like that. But you're a bully. Everybody got a bully in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And I say, man, you ain't gonna slap me like that. So I told him I'd be back. I leave, go get my little brother like a stupid fool. I come through there thinking pulling his gun, he gonna respect it. Not knowing he full of this whack. And so he bucked the gun, like, nigga, I'll take that gun. I said, hey, Junior, walk. And I said his name. I said, hey, man, walk up on me, man. Walk up on me. I'm telling you. He said, oh, no, nigga. Boom, 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 boom. So I shoot him. And so I knew then I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I knew right then, police gonna be looking for me. And so I ran and moved to Oak Cliff in Ewan State's apartment. And so when I go over there, I kind of had by a year or so.
How much money do you have?
At that time, when I shot Junior, man, I had so much, hundreds of thousands under my sister rug. I was getting money.
Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah, at 15, 16, I was getting money then.
How much money do you say were you making per
Man, I'm going to
week,
tell you something about me.
per month?
I'm going to tell you, when you living the life I was living, we ain't like now. I was moving fast. I was hustling. I had a gambling habit. I had a poker habit. I used to go to my trap and not even go and count the money. I'd say, man, what y'all done made? Boom, I'd be back and wasn't even paying attention.
Just take it.
Yeah, and go gamble some more.
That's cracks in the hole. That's cracks in the system.
But I was getting so much stuff to where it didn't matter. I had a dude named Fats. He give me much as I want. You know what I'm saying? And Joe from LA, I get much I want. They give me the crumbs. Out they cut a key, out they cook it, the crumbs, you make $15,000 off of it. So I was just blowing money out young. But anyway, make a long story short, I ended up shooting that boy. And police looking for me everywhere. Kicked my mama's apartment. Then they made a deal with the streets. They said, if y'all tell us where Eli at, we'll let y'all sell dope. 3 months. We just want him off the street. Police looking for me everywhere. Then my brother killed Applejack. Everybody know him. Then my brother killed Applejack. After he killed Applejack, instead of they looking for him, they looking for me because my name known. So they looking for me for 2 murders. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Your brother killed Applejack.
Yeah, he killed Applejack.
And now the police is trying to solve 2 murders.
They trying to find me for it.
Yeah, you for the 2.
Yeah, but I ain't did it. And my brother done it. And so my brother is the one that killed Applejack. And so, but because I'm known, my name known, they look for me. My brother, nobody know who he is, And so I find my brother in the attic. He hiding. I said, man, get in the car, man. What's up, brother? I said, listen, man, tell me you didn't do it. He said, what, brother? I said, did you kill somebody? Yeah, brother. I said, man, you finna go to jail the rest of your life. You gonna help me, brother? You gonna get my lawyer? I said, yeah. I said, Adam, you shouldn't kill Applejack, man. But he robbed me, brother. He robbed me. I said, I want you to hide out till I get your lawyer. I said, so the police scaring my mama. You know how the police, hey, if you don't turn them in, we're gonna kill him. My mama called, Adam done did it. They looking for you and y'all this doing. I said, mama, I'm gonna help him. So I tell him to wait, because I'm gonna give him a lawyer. This joker turned himself in. So anyway, he turned himself in. Took the first time they get him.
Let me ask you, as far as when the police is putting, they tell the hood, if y'all tell us where Eli is, we gonna let y'all say, is this like a detective saying this?
Detective, police, they wanted me off the streets. All these so-called, everybody hollering at gangsters, don't let nobody, that's why I said, well, I be talking.
Yeah, we gonna talk.
Yeah, so when people hollering about the gangster, them dude was telling, them police, this how they bust me. I was in UN State's apartments, one way in, one way out. I got the whole apartment. Everybody said, I got dudes out of California selling dope with me. I got dudes in the hood. We done got UN State sold down. And so one day I was sitting in the trap. Dude walked out, he said, Eli, man, police everywhere. I said, so? He said, man, but they got your picture. I said, what you mean? They asking everybody, they got the whole apartment surrounded with cops, SWAT team. I said, dang, for real? He said, man, yeah, they got you on a red shirt with a curl. I said, God. So I said, well, not knowing they don't know where I'm at, but I panicked. Yeah. So I'm trying to get out the apartment. I'm walking, trying to walk about the apartment with a hell, looking at everybody, police, and that police James said, Eli.
And don't say you looked. You looked?
I looked, man. But I don't know about a joker. I look. Hey, they here, boom. They run, clip me, boom. Get me. And that's when I got 40 years. And so, me in the streets, me in the gang, they end up taking me to a jury trial.
Do you have a lawyer that you paid for?
Yeah, but my uncle, he high. I used to give him crack. And my lawyer was high when he took me to court. My uncle, William Jacob, this is my lawyer.
He high?
He high, take me to court. He told me the most time I can get is 15 years. I end up getting 40. And so my mama passed out in the courtroom. So my baby, my brother, everybody hollered.
How old are you at this time?
17, I believe. And they caught me.
17, 40.
And they gave me 40 years. I asked him, 40 years, I'm talking about calm down. I got 40 years. That's a long time, man. And so I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, you got to remember, I ended up going to prison, hit Ferguson. And then when you go to Ferguson, all the dudes, everybody naked going to getting your match. I got a dude walking up on me. Where you from, little nigga? I said, South Dallas. What you mean where I'm from? Oh, they don't get smart. I say, hey, man, I don't know who you think you talking to. Then my homeboy that was with me named Bus, he had been in penitentiary already before. So he gonna tell me, he say, hey, man, this is my little homeboy. I said, no, you ain't got to speak up for me. I'm good, huh? He said, no, I'm just letting you know, you ain't got to say nothing. So we get on tank, man. I'm there in prison trying to figure it out, About the fact, while I was in the county, joke, everybody, in the county, you got to sleep on the floor. And I I wasn't gonna sleep on the floor. I already made up my mind before I get. I ain't sleeping on nobody's floor. And so the tank spoke. He tells somebody. He said, "Hey, little man, this is how this rule go in this cell. I'm already, hard headed and stuff." I said, "Man, I don't sleep on no floor." He said, "Yeah, you gonna sleep? This dude been on this tank longer than you." I said, "Nah, I'm getting this match up here." So I put my commissary up there. He snatched my commissary down. And, so I used to box before I, went to prison anyway. So
when you say boxing, you mean like golden?
Yeah, Golden Glove. I used to box Bird and, Tyrone Cotton and Michael Rowe. All us, we all growed up together. And so I used to box. So I already kind of had a little ups on people. And I do know you hit first, you win all the time. And so the guy tank spoke, everybody scared of. Soon he went and grabbed my commissary bag and set it down, his jaw wide open. Pow! Knocked him smooth out. I knocked the tape spokes now. They run the tape. So everybody see this now. You gotta see this. So everybody looking.
This day one, this
one I got in the county.
This county. This ain't even.
This county. It in prison.
Yeah.
So I end up stealing the tank spokes. And so that kind of changed the game. I knock him out, so I get me a bump. I was gonna get me a bump anyway.
Right.
And so, but it's another dude everybody called Big Al out of West Dallas. He big. He used to box. I'm weighing about 120, maybe 110. He tell me, "Hey man, I need you to make a phone call for me." I said, "You got $1?" He said, "Oh, you don't supposed to be on the phone, no way. I'll knock you out. You know who I am?" I said, "I don't care who you is. If you get $1 on mine, cause I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cool little dude. I ain't trying to, look." So anyway, he said, "No, you do what I tell you." I said, "Oh no, you don't know who you talking to." So anyway, a dude named Bird, I never forget, very known, no clip, very respected. So I told him, I asked him, I say, "Man, I want to look at that dude." He said, "No, little man, you good?" I said, "No." He said, "I'm a bro." He said, "You too big for it. Don't worry about that. I got you. I'm the second tank for I said, "All I need you to do me one favor. If I fight him," because I see everybody around him, like when he talk, everybody like he a superstar because they scared of him. And I said, "If you tell me you ain't gonna let him click on me, I look at him." He said, "No, the man, ain't nobody gonna click on him." So when he told me that, so while he was talking, he had a little crowd around, everybody around. I walked right through that crowd. I stared him, pow! But I don't knock him out. This dude, I didn't catch him right. Then he grabbed my hair, boom, wrestled me. I'm talking about, boom. I said, "Don't wrestle. You're a boxer. Don't wrestle. You too big." You know what I'm saying? So he coming at me, boom. I catch him, boom, boom, boom. He wrestled me again, boom, grab my neck. I said, "Hold up, big homie. You already got the up something. Don't wrestle me." And so, but anyway, he swelled up my eyes, Joe, got my ears swelled up, lips swelled. He with me good because he wrestled me. And so Bird, he mad at me. He said, "Look, man, I told you it was good. Why did you go and do that?" I said, "Man, Cole, I would have for him to whoop me, then try to take something from me, just try to handle me." And so he said, "My brother told me about you, man. My brother got killed at an apartment. He said, this little dude named Eli decided out of you this and that, you be doing this." So I said, "Yeah, but I feel good." My mama come up there, see me, visit me. Get my baby off the tank. I said, "Mama, I'm good, Mama. Don't get me moved out the tank because they're going to be thinking I'm kiking out. Mama, I'm good." My mama tripping.
You still about
so she give me off the tank. Anyway, so I get to the next tank. This time, I know how to, I know to do it right. You got to follow up. So I'm on the tank, boom, I get in these penitentiary focus. So I end up on Ferguson, see some dudes. They got these rules, Joker, where in penitentiary, they chest punch on weekend. So they try to see if you gonna hold up. So every Friday night, like now, they chest punch.
Oh, they look forward to it. This is entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting, I'm watching this. I'm just on the wing, and dude say, "Look, man, you next." I said, "Next in what?" Said they gonna chest punch it. I said, "I don't play like that, man. I don't know what y'all got going." He said, "Now this is what we do." And so anyway, I'm sitting there. Dude out of Houston, it's Houston against Dallas. Dude out of Houston, he catch me. Knocked the wind out of him, hit me hard. And he said, "Get up, look, man. We don't, I said, "Hold up, man, I can't breathe." So I'm trying to get my breath back.
Yeah.
I said, "All right." And so he said, "You good?" I said, "Hold up, man. Let me get my wind back." So I'm sitting there. He hit me hard. And I wasn't even ready for it. I didn't tighten up my stomach, none of that. So he come back again. This time, when he swung at me, when he swung at me, I didn't give him a chance to do that again. He said, "Come on." I said, "All right, come on." So when he came out, I hit him in the mouth. Boom, boom. I knocked him out. They said, "Hey, man, this ain't no fight." I said, "No, I don't do that." They grabbed me. "Hey, little homeboy, we don't do it. What you doing?" I said, "Man, nobody. Y'all gonna kill me today. Nobody put their hands on me. Nobody." And so right there, that was one of the rules that I messed up, because they got set rules you come in. So anyway, I stayed in there. My head ain't big for nothing. So I'm watching everybody. I watch all the tough guys who think they gangster and all that. I said, "Man, I gotta figure this thing out, man." So every day I'm working out. I'm doing my thing. So I went to the shop. There's a dude named Willie T. Beard, big long arm. So he see me, he put on this thing, he jacking on. So I walked through the shop. I said, if he ain't looking at me, I feel like he looking at me. So people scared of him because, he big, black gorilla. And so I told my little homeboy, I said, "Look, I need y'all to do me a favor. Go to the commissary, buy me a lock." He said, "What's up, Eli?" And I said, "I'm gonna get that gorilla." He said, "With a T?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get him." And so I go get me a lock, put it on the sock. You got to tie it up real good where it won't come out. You got to do it real good. Because if it come off, you out of there. So he sitting playing dominoes. I walked up on him. Boom! Boom! Blood everywhere. Everybody jump out. This little nigga's crazy. And so I bust his head wide open. And so when I get to when the officer took me down there, it's one thing I learn how to think the system. So I'm little. So the first thing I said, "Man, you tried to rape me, man." Lieutenant said, "Come up to me, you tried to rape me." So the lieutenant said, "Listen, you supposed to protect yourself." That's why I didn't get no free word case. That's the reason why they even locked me up. But they didn't put him in the firm. And so now I'm using my side to my advantage. So now if you get out of line, the first thing I do, even if I was gambling you and jack you, I'd say they try to rape me.
Yeah.
And so one of the penitentiary thing, if somebody try to rape you, they let you protect yourself.
Yeah.
And so then they end up finding out.
They're looking at your size and they believe your story because look at the size.
Yeah, size. I'm little.
You're the kind of guy that try to get at.
Yeah, trying to get at.
Yeah.
So I started to use that. Then somebody started to start telling, and they started saying stuff around the union. So I'm starting to do the SAG. Remember I told you about the SAG? Because, I'm used to being around them dudes out of LA. I started sagging on Ferguson.
So you created the kind of the mindset of the sagging on Ferguson.
I'm the one started. And I heard dudes talking about that symbolized you won't get raped. Nah, sagging back then.
Yeah, but I say talk to us what that means because they said that about today.
They just
what did it mean back then? Because mind you, I don't think they were doing it.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen. These dudes say that symbolized you trying to get some. The dude that sagged was the one that ran the penitentiary. So you can't say that. We sagged. We showed our draws and we felt like we was gangsters. That's that LA style.
That was a gangster look. Yeah.
That was a gangster look. And But anyway, make a long story short, after we walked around and I did that, everybody doing little Mingo out of Houston, everybody started sagging. So the officer started telling us to put our pens up. But anyway, so Abba said, gangster, look, we like this here, Joker.
Yeah.
We got a pen down, walking like, I'm just giving you an example, walking like a gangster, you know what I'm saying, standing like a gangster, but all of it was fake, you know what I'm saying? We doing the ski, just do that. So we sagging, we thinking we hip. But anyway, make a long story short.
Walking and standing.
Even if we changed our walk, all that walking like a gangster, you don't walk like that. But it's a look or something that we try to use to make ourselves feel tough. But anyway, make a long story short, I end up in the system, start figuring it out. One thing about prison, if you was having money in the streets and you had a heart, people glorify you in that. They like Eli on the block. So when I hit the micro unit, whole Dallas, everybody on the rec yard, everybody saying Eli on the unit. Soon I hit the unit, they have the what you call, they look at you. And one dude had to fight by 5 dudes. When I hit the unit, they don't do it to me. They say, Big Kool-Aid them come down. They say, Eli here. So I said, what y'all doing? Cause little dude that rode on the bus with me, he's shaking. Couple dudes pissing on themselves cause they know they finna get looked at. So I told them couple dudes, I said, y'all good, man. He said, what you talking about? I said, don't. I said, look, man, I got you. They ain't gonna let them click on. So Big Kool-Aid, he come down now. And my homeboy little head, then I got killed in Pleasant Grove. He on there. He said, man, we finna get at it. So Big Kool-Aid said, y'all know who that is? Eli. And I said, man, what y'all got going on over here? He said, well, everybody that come on the unit, we gotta look at them. I said, well, y'all gonna look at me too. He gonna say, oh, come on, Eli, come on, man. You family. I said, no, everybody go through the channel. Let me go through it too, And so they don't want to fight me. So all these youngsters that posted, I said, let me go through the channel with them. So Big Kool-Aid, you my cousin, he my real cousin.
Yeah.
And he running the tank. He said, come on, cuz, like that. I said, no, it ain't fair. So they said, we gonna let, who you with? I said, these little dudes, they cool. So they don't mess with them, but they backdoor everybody else. I changed the rule then. And so as I get on the unit, you got all these MW, you got the bad boys out of Dallas. You got all these different gangs. And it wasn't no gang like the Crips and Bloods, That happened like a couple years later. Then we finally got a couple guys called Crips over here. Then we hit the mic and you got Frenchie.
And real quick, I want to bring in Frenchie to have him speak on y'all's situation, and we're gonna go from there.
Okay.
Eli, you just sat somebody on the couch, man, that's very near and dear to you, man, that got some history with you. Frenchie, big bro that they might know him by. First and foremost, Eli, I want you to go and introduce him, what he means to you. And then, Frenchie, I want you to go introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Okay, this is my brother. We was on Micro Unit together back in 94 when, when you had the Crips and Blood just not getting on the unit or trying to bring the Crips and Blood to the unit. And me and him, we was friends before I got in prison. But what we really connected at, he finna fight one of the Crips because at that time you only had 1 or 2 Bloods on the unit, all over the unit. It was 95, 98% Crips. So now you got a lot of Bloods. And so when we was over there, they was trying to click on them. They didn't want to fight them one-on-one. And so I made a statement. I said, y'all not going to click on him. If y'all going to click on him or whatever, y'all going to have to deal with me. And so the Crips, they respect it because I keep telling people it's different from where now the Crips and Bloods, they never ran prison. You had the Medea Warriors, had the bad boys out of Dallas. And, I just had the ability to make a statement. If I say something, pretty much nobody go against it. But anyway, make a long story short, I told them if they gonna deal with them one-on-one. They didn't want to fight a one-on-one because they knew you know how to fight. So, but I changed the rules in prison because most time Crips, that's how they done it. If they saw blood, they click on them and that is what it is. But when I told them, no, it's not going to happen. And I have to see him, you know what I'm saying? And I was talking to you, Joker, about it, and I run into him. It's amazing, but
that's amazing.
It's amazing.
How much time did you serve, if you don't mind, Frenchie, if you don't mind?
10 years.
10 years. And this is, what prison is this? This
is in
Ferguson?
the state. This is in Micah Unit, Beto, Cofield.
So let me ask you, why wasn't there that many Bloods in prison? They're better citizens?
During that time, it was a mass of just Crips. That was really kind of what got introduced to Dallas first. You know what I'm saying? Trey 5'7".
187.
187. All of them was, and then not only that, it was radio station. I don't know if you remember way back with Snake, Big Al, Casanova Rock.
Come on now.
And a lot of it was being promoted with the Crips, and it was nobody really, dealing with Bloods. And a lot of times people want to take on the character, hey, I want to hang with the crowd. I want to hang with the crew. But, during our time, it wasn't Crips and Bloods real big. It was just a few, before when we went into the penitentiary. One of the biggest gangs in Dallas was Yo Dogs way back. I don't know if you remember the Yo Dogs back then. You remember the Yo Dogs? Way back then. So
Tornado Gang.
It was on the gang, but that's how it happened. It was I met Eli in the world. I know Eli in the world. Me and Eli had a more special bond too. It wasn't just based up on when he showed me that love. Me and Eli used to constantly compete in the scriptures. We argued, fussed, but we never took anything personal. And I mean, we was together, and at least 2 years straight, we stayed in SEG. And SEG is a one-man cell.
2 years.
And Eli didn't just start preaching in here. Eli, he was preaching inside as well. So this ain't something that he just started. And this is way back in 93, 94, 95.
Yeah, that's honestly when the Bloods and Crips was really going at it. So I have to ask you, what was your mentality going into prison as a Blood and being, like you said, outnumbered 1 to 10? I mean,
well, when I first went into prison in '88, it was probably about 4 or 5 Bloods, and the Crips wasn't even that big.
That's before colors.
Yeah, right. This is what happened. This is how it went. So when I went in, I didn't have to worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But the longer I stayed in prison, they start flooding in. And then they start trying to dictate and say, oh, you can hang with him, you can't hang with him. And I'm like, what? I already been locked up 6 years. I done earned my strike. Y'all can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy, Herb Powell, we finna be together, man. I ain't trying to stop that now. Y'all going about y'all business. So this is how it really came. They trying to make, say for instance, Eli was from East Dallas, right? Well, East Dallas was 415 Bloods. So if they seen Eli talking to some Bloods, they couldn't really trip with him because Eli had the whole Dallas clique. Just everybody knew him from Dallas, so they couldn't really trip with him. Me, I was from the Grove, the 3 to the 4, and it wasn't as popular as way deep back during that time in South Dallas was. So Eli had to leverage. He seen that he already knew I was a stand-up guy. He knew that I'm going to fade anything one-on-one, big, short, or tall. I'm going to get out there. That's why he came and said, nah, hold up. Nah, that's a good dude, man. Y'all ain't finna jump on him. He going to fight any one of y'all one-on-one. And if y'all want to backdoor, he going to backdoor with you. And we grew from there. And
and we grew from there, Joker. See, one thing about me, you can be a Crip, you can be a Blood, you can be whatever in prison. It ain't nobody gonna go against me. You wasting your time. You go against me, you gonna have to pretty much lead the unit. Cause everybody, if I get into it with a Crip, the Crip guys, they gonna trip with you before they trip with me. You can't trip with me in prison. It doesn't work that way. Because if you trip with me, I'm pretty much got Dallas. I got the prison system sold down. It don't make sense. You can't get into it. It's not even heard of. You don't even argue with me in prison. And so you can't even argue with me. Everybody, I don't care what gang it is, everybody gonna all the gangs gonna get together to stand with me.
Right.
That's just how it is. I can tell the dude, I remember I told MW, I said I want him out. I told Gangster Paul, he must have said it. I said, let him out the game. In the game, they stab you in, stab you out. I told them let him out, they let him out. So that's just, I'm the only one got that port. Everybody ain't got that port. But my thing is I have a relationship with people. And to be honest, you know, I had the devil in me too. So when you think like I think, and then I knew how to fight, and I had a reputation in the streets, so I pretty much had leverage over, and everybody loved me. Everybody loved me. Even a Mexican wouldn't get out of line, man. I don't know if French remember a Mexican mafia. He was skipping in the shower, and I told him, you don't skip me. And all the blacks were like, hey man, that's the Mexican mafia. I said, I don't care who he is. If he skipped me, I'ma punish him. And so he skipped. All the black know, they say Eli gonna get us locked down, cause he don't want to slow down. I whooped them, beat them up real bad, and they asked me, the black like, man, called my homeboy, Eli gonna get us on lockdown. But at that time, everybody on the unit. Nobody want me on the park with them. If they move me on this park, they go put the
they don't want Eli
on the wing because they feel like he's gonna start something. They feel like I'm starting something. But I did that because I knew how to survive. I believe in what, I look at things. And I was young at the time. We were 21, 20. Yeah, we was kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So
go ahead.
No, what I want to do is, and this is for the young kids at home. So just being from what you were, being from what you know, to see y'all come together even now, years later, even outside and in society. And again, from what you're preaching now, and again, what you just came on earlier and preached on, can y'all just speak to the young men as far as, they're not held to their past. They're not defined by it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because I was going to let everybody know we're not glorifying what has happened. Mm-hmm. What we're doing is we want to show not only the youth, but even older men that your life can change for the better. And me and Eli bond was never really based up on hood. It was always connected with God, and that's one of the things that I want to make sure that people understand. We're not glorifying the penitentiary, but we want to let you know what God has done for us and how God has changed our life and been a blessing to us right now. And that everybody has the opportunity to change. It's no excuses with all the resources that's out here. You just have to want it. You have to want it.
And you got to find somebody that's real. Mm-hmm. And like he said, we don't glorify past because we ain't trying to impress nobody. We don't live that life.
Right.
A lot of guys, rappers think when they go to jail, it does. People glorify the evil. It brings their record sales up. Mm-hmm. But you might get trapped up in there. One thing about prison, you guaranteed to go in, you ain't guaranteed to get out.
That's right.
And so in prison, everybody on the same level. And I'm gonna be honest though, cause it tickles us. When we see these guys that say they Crips and Bloods and Gangsters, we really laugh at y'all, to be honest, because we know in the system, we've been there. Everybody tough on the camera. Everybody a gangster. Everybody tough. I've been there. I saw you girls get raped. I saw guys that get out of penitentiary, they married now. I know the story. Y'all can't, some of y'all dad had a boyfriend. So I saw that. And so they get out. Everybody talking about how tough they been, And I'm blessed. A lot of these guys, she get out of penitentiary with one teeth missing because somebody knocked it out. Just by the grace of God, I ain't got none of mine gone. But I'm going to say this here.
Hold up, let's let them know this here too. When Eli was in prison, right? Eli had diamonds and rubies.
Gold, yeah.
Gold. He had diamonds and golds and rubies in his mouth. This was back in this was back in 88, 89, 90, 91. He had his whole grill was done when he was in prison too.
I started that. Yeah,
he one of the ones.
I started diamonds and gold. I'm started that, man.
Right, and I was telling my wife this same thing. I was like, you got to realize Eli had diamonds, his whole grill. I'm talking about
Had a big old diamond.
pink and blue, diamond and and pearls off in his mouth. Way back then, and he still stood on his manhood. And what he's telling you is that we've been incarcerated and we done seen where this is a true story where I done seen a dude murdering in the streets, and when he get locked up, he gay. They done turn him out. You know, they done turn him out. Now we talking about the state. Now the feds is totally different. The feds is totally different from the states because dudes, they got what you call cars. They ride together. In the States, you gotta almost stand on your own.
Stand on your own.
Yeah, you stand on your own. So what he's telling you is that, you know, you acting like you tough. It's just like I laughed with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And I'm like, man, Drake, y'all and Chris Brown, I'm like, man, y'all don't want to go to no penitentiary, man. That ain't where you want to be.
You think you do.
You think you do. That ain't where you want to be. This is where you want to be. Free. You want to be free. And to enjoy your life.
And say this, because I know our time is up. And we're going to talk about some real stuff. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all better get this. Me and French's, be honest, there's time we thought we wasn't going to make it out of penitentiary. I'm going to be honest. They had a hit out on me. I remember the KKK had a hit out on me. So it's time that we done been in riots. It's time where we done had to get the officers, where we got the officers. That's what we went to. That's what I went to SEG for. But the thing is,
explain what they mean when you got the officers, because they might thinking you.
We had a riot against the officers.
Where you had to go against the officers. Yeah, where you had to stab the officer. You know, go against it.
And go against it. And so it's by the grace of God that you looking at us. It's by the grace of God. Right. So when I tell guys, and I don't mean no harm, joke, I got to say this here, but I don't want to be fake, man. Most guys that come on this broadcast talking about they tough, they studio gangster. I just got to be real, man. A real gangster, even that dude y'all call Whack 100. I gotta be real. No man talks about another man. Not a real. He couldn't. I don't care what he say, how much respect y'all give. He's not a real man. They don't do that, bro. A man don't do that. A man don't get in another man's bed. Another man don't be talking about what this is. He's trying to impress people. This is for money. This is to make them feel like they something. Man in prison, he can't even run his mouth. They don't even try that. You don't even do all that. You don't get in a man's business. So if he doing it now, anybody can, this thing can make you famous, man. You can get on, folks will think you this and that. But half of these guys is telling these stories. They trying to get people a perception of them who they not. Most of these guys that really killers and did this, I don't even respect them. Because a real man stand alone. So all these guys, when I hear he talking about these guys and what's they call it? I see them the other day talking about Willie, it's a this and that snitch and all. Let me tell you something, man. People can talk that talk. When they facing life center, when they about to get them, you won't be, all these guys talking gang, they'll tell it. Just to get themselves out of situation. If they offer them a deal, don't let them fool you, man. Right. They will tell it. Don't let them, all that, I'm not no rat, I'm not a snitch. Man, when them folk talk about you ain't gonna never see your mama no more, your kid no more, they'll make a deal. It sound good. And so everybody sound like they tough. Everybody want to make everybody think they born a straight killer. All of it's game. When I was walking in prison, I was fronting, man. I was no tough dude. I had them fooled. Yes, I stole you. Yes, I knocked you out. Yes, I ain't lost no fight. Okay, cool. But that don't make me no gangster. I was doing it because I was trying to impress another man. But when you're a man, you don't impress no other man. A man don't do that. A man be himself and be proud about it.
I hold that thought. Frenchie, we're gonna reset, but I appreciate you coming on speaking. As we get Eli's story, we're gonna delve deep into yours. So we're gonna see you again. But I thank you for coming to sit down for a second, man. I definitely thank you for coming to sit down for a second. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. And so through all that, knowing that I always had a heart and I had respect that a lot of Crips and Blood didn't have. I'm the only one can get you in the game, get you out of the game without a consequence. Because in the prison game, you blood in, you blood out. Not with the Crips, but with the MW. But because I had a relationship with Gangster Paul, Silk, these dudes killers, man. These dudes known for doing what they do. But I ain't up building a reputation. I guess I'm short. I got a big heart. Everybody love me. You know, I was having money in the streets. So my name follow me everywhere I go. Then, I ain't gonna lie to you, Joker, I had the devil in me.
Talk to him.
I started whooping everybody, man. I don't care what you did. If you looked at me wrong, you know.
It's on.
It's on. I ain't care you in the shower, care you at lunch. I just hit you, man.
How many fights would you say you had?
Man, you ain't gonna believe this.
Go ahead.
I had about 70 fights. Ask me how many I lost.
How many did you lose, sir?
Not one. Only fight I lost, I got more fight than Mayweather. Only fight I lost is the one in Canada with that boy that wrestled me.
Yeah.
Other than that, I learned how to master. That's why when you talk to guys that been in prison that knows me, they'll tell you, Bishop didn't lose fight. Eli didn't lose fight because I steal you. You know, I didn't give you chance. I try to think, I don't care how big you is. I learned that if I hit you first, then most of the time I come out on top.
That's smart.
And so
smart, man.
I end up doing a lot of stuff. Then after a while, you know, myself, I don't have to fight because now it's around the system, it's around Cofield, Beto. Everybody love Eli. It's just, it's over with. So it went to another level to where now, me being in the system, you got the Rambos, you got the Crows, you got the Rose, you know, everybody in prison. And so now you couldn't do nothing. If somebody want out of the game, guys will come to me and say, man, I want out. And I started to have compassion and say, you want out? I go to the game and say, hey, man, let him out. Even with the MW, I went to him, Medea Warrior. They said, we don't do that. I said, okay. I said, but here's going to be the problem. If y'all don't let him out, then y'all gonna have a problem with me. And so Silk, and you like, a problem with you. Yeah, y'all don't have a problem. They already knew where the system is set up. You got the Crips, you got the Bloods, you got the Bad Boy. Before it was anything, it was Dallas. So before there was a game, it was the hood. And I'm known in the hood, so if you get into it with me, this is how it functions. You get into it with Eli, you get into it with all the gangs. So why get into it with me? But through all that, I had found myself getting caught up in the system, Joker, to where, you know, guys really lay their life down for you. And the love that I got and the support in the system is because I did a lot that a lot of guys couldn't do. In like getting out of the game, I kind of changed the flow of it. Why? Because you don't want to put your game at risk with all the other game. One thing, you know, I hear guys, I be listening, you know, I finally saw some of y'all show. I watch guys come on and, you know, y'all tickle me. You know,
come on, now talk to us.
I tell you, y'all make me laugh.
Talk to
y'all
us.
make me laugh. I noticed that everybody hollering about what they did. I'm gonna be real. Everything I done, I don't care what all them dudes say about Eli. The average dude gonna say Eli was a troublemaker. The average dude gonna say he was crazy. Even they might say I was the devil. They might say that. I'm telling you, anybody know. And all they're gonna say he loved to fight. All those things, I didn't love to fight. I wasn't the devil. I wasn't crazy. I was walking in fear. What do you mean walking in fear? Anytime you try to impress another man, you walking in fear. I didn't learn how to be a man till I got in God. So all the stuff I was doing is trying to impress the next man. If you try me, this was going to happen to you. That's fear. If you disrespect me, I had to show you. That's fear. A real man can speak to another man. A real man don't try to impress another man. So all that I was doing was falsified. A fake gangster.
Well, let me ask you, what is probably, because there is fear in prison, especially with someone new coming in. And you serve how many years?
15.
15. Just off the top of your head, what is the worst thing that you've seen a man do to another man that might, when you tell the story, put fear in people of even going to prison?
Well, people don't have fear, Joker. That's how we living in a falsified world. We living in a commercial world. People get excited, but they think going to prison make you give you strike. Like they say, body count. Give them some stupid dudes. Watch the drill. The worst thing I saw in prison, My little homeboy get raped. They turned him out. Raped him. We both 17. He went up in the cell, they arched his eyes, put on red Kool-Aid, and they raped him.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. They did that before they raped? What?
No, they went in the cell, ate some commissary, and they raped him. They arched his eyes with a razor blade.
Oh.
Put on hot Kool-Aid, like red Kool-Aid.
Yeah. This is your partner, and y'all 17 and y'all go in.
Mm-hmm.
They call him to a cell.
This is what they do. Dudes play penitentiary game. Give you commissary, hey, you want to spread? Spread is like when they put soups and chips together and you listen to music, kick and talk about the world. He went up in the cell with I told him, I say, man, them dudes with them 30 numbers and them 29 numbers, 21, don't deal with it. I had a 46, 80 number. And so
what does that mean? You mean by
46, the numbers is how long you been there. You catch a guy with a 20 number, 21, I mean, he been knocked 20 years. He got a 15 number, 19 number, he been there 35 years. He been there a long time. So them dudes gonna be booty bandits. And so I told him, I say, hey man, don't talk no dudes with no old numbers and eat nobody really. He go up in the cell. So he eat they spread. You know, dudes get slick. Hey, man, you ate that commentary. You know, I looked out for you. I need you to look out for me. You know what I'm saying? And so they end up knocking him out. You know, he ended up giving it up. So when I seen him, they made him put on some tight clothes. And I'm mad. I said, man, what happened to you? Well, man, I said, what I tell you, man? Why you go in the cell with the old dude, the old number? I had to mind my own business. At that time, I just had got on the unit. So I didn't have that get you back, get them back, revenge. Cause I wasn't no shot caller. I wasn't no, you know, even though I was known, everybody loved me, but I didn't have that authority at that time. And so now if they had did it after I had been in prison for a couple of years, they wouldn't have got away with that. But anyway, that's one thing I saw. Another thing I saw, we was in a riot. They say I started, but I didn't. So you hear dudes out of Dallas say I started. I didn't start it. But England get killed. My homeboy get stuck in the net, and he died beside me. I saw that. I saw a boss lady get raped by a dude that had 2 life sentences. He raped 2 ladies in the prison.
The COs?
COs, yeah. Dang. Raped 2 of them.
How does that happen? Like,
where they trust you around clothes, like he was in the laundry room, he raped her, knocked him out and raped him, but they paralyzed him. They stuck a mop in his butt and paralyzed him, which they ain't supposed to do it, but they supposed to took him to prison and go to jail and get more time, but they took it in their own hand and put a mop in.
Laws did that?
Yeah, put a mop in his butt.
Damn.
You know, because he raped 2 women and he knocked them out. He raped them.
At the same time?
Yeah, he knocked both of them out. You know, it's easy to knock a woman out.
Damn.
And so he raped her. So, but anyway, so that's the most crazy stuff. Riots, jumping on law getting stabbed, that's normal. You know, I don't look at that. Riot, we getting stabbed, blacks, messing against blacks, you know. So anyway, so I made up a system. This is what I made up in prison. I told all the blacks, when we get into it with Mexicans, if y'all don't get involved, when we come off lockdown, we get you. And so that was the plan. That's my thoughts. So what I did, I created a system called surviving mode. So if you didn't get down when the Mexicans get us, we get you when we come up. So anytime something happened with the blacks, whites, I came up with a rule that you got to be down with it. And so that's how I end up getting labor as a troublemaker. Then the laws wanted it because I want us to survive. I didn't want us to the Mexicans come together, and I didn't wait on them to get us. I didn't do that. When I was on the block, if I felt like there was something going on, I tell the blacks, today we going on lockdown. That means go to commissary. We finna handle this.
You were saying there's a time where the Mexicans are coming over. It looked like they was on something, but they weren't speaking no English.
Oh, no English. When they do this here, You know what's funny about the essay? When it's no fictional problem, like a brother might have went in the Mexican house, stole something, jacked off on one of them, then the Mexican ready to, do something. Or they fighting over a white boy. That's some of the things that happen in prison. If it be a white boy, the Mexican might want him or the black might want him. So when you go to the Mexican, you say, hey man, what's going on? And they say, oh no, that means no peace talk. So what I did, since it ain't no peace talk, I tell all them brothers, hey, we gotta have a meeting. This is what's finna happen. And they'll say, what's up, man? We just got, I said, listen, we are going to take care of business today. If y'all don't take care of your business, whoever don't help, we're gonna deal with you when we come off lockdown. But what they used to do to me, they'll kike me out. They'll say, Eli trying to start a riot, and they'll lock me up. And before you know it, they done got it. So, but when I'm on the wing, now I learn to do it different. I don't let them know what's going on. I just say, hey, I get about 10 of us. And once we kick it off, they already know what it is. You can't tell everybody. So some people tell the warden or the major that we finna have a riot. Yeah. And so, but I did it to survive. I did it to save their life. I didn't know no better. But anyway.
And I have to ask, so bringing the blacks together, stopping people from getting jumped, having one-on-one, Crips and Bloods, where the Crips overmatched the Bloods.
Wait.
It seems like you started a lot of instances where it was chaotic. You kind of brought order to a lot of situations and
make it fair.
To make it fair. And it was, people respected you for that, or did you have a lot of pushback?
Everybody respect me. You can't, first of all, I had no problem. If you did like me, they didn't tell me, you can't, everybody loved me. I had a relationship, I had a good heart. I had the money on the unit. I give people comments if they don't have, I help read your letter, you can't read. So everybody don't trust you with their letter. But now they had love for me. I had love from the streets, but nobody like going on lockdown. One thing about black guys, especially on the unit with me, what they did on other unit, I was different. When I hit a unit, I brought surviving mode. I was on that unit. If I find out it's a weak unit and we on there, I want to survive, man. I ain't finna be in penitentiary and die. So I made a rule. If something go down, everybody down. If you're not down, we deal with you. Just that simple. Why? Because everybody against us. The Chinese, the white, the Mexican, I saw all them get together to fight the blacks. And so they never team up with us. All other race go against the black. I don't care what race it is. Everybody go against the black. So what I did, I said, this is what we gonna do. Since everybody against us, we gonna stick together. If you don't stick together, we deal with you too. Why we deal with them? Because I force you to protect yourself. It ain't ain't got nothing to do with it. You black, you already in it. You see what I'm saying? But that's surviving rules, and it worked it.
Man, that's unity like a mother. I have to ask, to become bishop, to give your life to God, what, after you've been through pretty much what seems like hell, what brought you to the light? Like what incident happened?
My mama, like I told you, in prison, my mama wrote me, came. She told me that she was gonna come visit me. And I'm on Micah unit, out of control. Mama come see me. Not knowing my mama had cancer, she unplugged herself, drove to Micah unit in a hospital gown. So here's me, young, trying to impress these dudes, but not knowing.
They let her into the unit with a hospital gown on?
Yeah, with no ID.
With no ID? That's not even possible.
It's not. That's what they did it for. She must have told them that she wanted to see me and she finna die. But I didn't know it. So my mama come in, bald-headed, that the cancer ate her up, skinny. She said, hey, baby. I said, hey, mama. And I said, Mom, what's wrong with you? She said, I got cancer, baby. And so I'm looking at her. She said, but I'm not gonna be here when you come home. So I said, what you mean you're not gonna be here when you come home? She said, I'm ready to go be with the Lord. At that time, I don't know what the Lord mean. I don't know what that means. She said, but I got cancer. So I'm thinking cancer like the flu or cold, you can get over it. I said, well, Mama, are you gonna be all right? She said, no, baby. I'm ready to go be with the Lord. She said, but I need you to promise, Mama. She said, promise, Mama, you're gonna get out of prison. I said, Mama, I got 40 years. She said, I know God can do anything. She said, promise, Mama, you're gonna stop fighting. Because everybody getting out of prison saying you down here fighting, doing this. You don't wanna come on. I said, no. Yes, ma'am. She said, promise, Mama, you're gonna give life to God. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, promise, Mama, you're gonna take care of your son. And she said, do Mama one more favor. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I want you to pray with me. So she said, hold your head down and pray. She said, Lord Jesus. I said, Lord Jesus, thank you for giving me life and forgiving for my sins. I believe that he died and rose from the dead. She said, you saved now. I said, Mama, can I ask you something? I said, Mama, if God for real, tell him don't take you away from me. And she said, baby, it don't work like that. And I said, well, Mama, if God want me to live for him, I don't want him to take you. You know, you don't want to come see me. And she said, it don't work like that. So anyway, the next day, my mama died on me. So I'm tore up, you know what I'm saying? I'm tore up, I'm hurt. And I'm trying to deal with this. And so I'm angry at God. So that's why I kind of failed doing it. I'm angry at God because I'm like, if you want me to serve you, why would you take my mom? The only person that comes see me, the only person that believe me. So anyway, I end up tripping. I end up going double wild from everybody gonna feel my pain. And so I remember one day, Joke, I was walking down the hallway, man. I was crying. All the dudes and everybody, they never saw me cry before. Never saw me like, what's up, man? What's up, man? What's up? No, like, what's up, man? Oh, come on, man. What's up? Come on, somebody gonna die tonight. I said, no, man, mama gone like that. He said, what you mean? I said, mama gone. I'm just saying this, but I actually don't know if my mama gone, but I felt the lead. And that later on that day, the chaplain called me and said, your mama just passed. So the warden heard about it. They locked me up. They don't supposed to lock you up if you ain't did nothing, but they locked me up in solitary because they know somebody was gonna pay for it. And so they put me in lockdown. And I heard the devil tell me, you ain't got nothing to live for, you know, hang yourself, you know. You done lost your mind, you done did this, you know, devil putting thoughts in my mind. So anyway, I heard the voice of God. I know this gonna sound crazy to people. And a lot of people might not believe it. I'm not religious, I'm not, I don't know about God. I don't know about speaking on tongues. I don't know about shouting. But I heard God's voice. I don't know how to explain it. He said, this day, choose this day who you going to serve. He said, if you serve me, I'll show you I'm God. So I said, God, give me a peace of mind. I ain't know how to call him by name. I ain't know him by no Yahweh. I ain't know him by Jesus. I said, that God that know my mama, if you give me a peace of mind. And so I'm sitting there in that cell, man. And I remember my mama told me, she said, I'm not gonna be here when you come home. She said, but God gonna make you a preacher one day. And I remember asking my mama, how can he make me a preacher? And I got goals down my mind. Mama, I robbed people, I shot people, I sold dope. She said, you're gonna be the one. She said, he gonna save you. And he gonna get your brother, he gonna get your sister. Everybody look up to you. And so, sure enough, when I got saved, my brother, my sister, all of them ended up coming to Christ. But,
that's amazing.
And what made me really change my life, Joker, to be real, I loved my mama. Yeah. I love my mama. I love my mama so much. Like if she told me something, I believe it. I do it. Yeah. So.
Nice stuff.
But
No. That's some real stuff, man. It goes back to the day, you screaming mama in the car, and you can't, that feeling alone, you can't take away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some real stuff, man. That's some real stuff.
But anyway, that what made me be who I am.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Amen. Amen to that. Let me ask you this. And again, your story is so complex that this is only just an introduction. You see, I ain't asked a lot of questions. I'm giving you the space to tell a story. Even though I know sometimes this platform, they want us to go back and forth and ask a few more questions. I do have to ask, as far as, do you feel like you get tested at times to go back to the other side, even though
Nah. I don't have let me tell you something, man. One thing I like about the church world, when I came over to this side, I didn't come over here through a religion state of mind, like he do say spiritual. I experienced God, and I didn't know what a peace of mind was till I got in God. I didn't know what my purpose was. I just be angry with my daddy. I'm just be real with you. I just hate my daddy with a passion. And because you gotta remember where I come from. Sister get raped. We growed up. Everybody picked on us. Live with everybody. Live in South Dock. Go without eating. But nobody never asked me.
I'll take your time, for real.
Nobody asked that little 15 year what I was going through. People picking on us, talking about us. We didn't have the clothes everybody else had. So I became a monster.
That's real, man.
So I became a monster because I thought if I protect my family, people would respect me. I thought if I be what people want me to be, then I'd be accepted by the hood. But it made me become something that I wasn't. And so you gotta know, in many nights, I laid up thinking about how I came up. No birthdays, no Christmas. So I didn't have a child life. So I was in the surviving mode. And, so it made me angry. So I hated my daddy. And so one day I was preaching, and my daddy came to church. And I was like, God said, how can you preach for me and you don't forgive your daddy? So he walked in the church. I was preaching. He said, tell him you love him. I didn't know how to tell him I love him. I didn't know what that mean because I was angry. I felt like he left my mama. My sister get raped. They beat us. My mom slept with men just to keep a roof over our head. So watch my mom get jumped on by men. My sister, my stepdaddy, when my mom used to go to work, he used to jack off on her. when she was young. My mom stayed with them just to keep a roof over our head. So I grew up angry.
That's tough.
But
Godspeed. Godspeed.
people judge you, but they don't know you.
Yeah, no, that's
It gave me 40 years. It gave me 40 years. But nobody asked me why. So that's why I'm here. And so when people don't ask you why, they don't know you. And so I took it in my own thoughts. And then, anyway, make a long story short, excuse me, man, I'm not trying to
listen.
be emotional.
Nah, listen, this is a story that a lot of young brothers experience the same thing.
This is my story. But I told my dad I love him. And it seemed like the change of my heart broke. And he told me he loved me too. But it's crazy because I forgive my dad today. But I don't have that, I don't know how to explain it. I don't have, I love him, but I don't have what I have for my mama for him. I don't feel it. Even I try to make myself feel it, but it's not there, you know? And so, but anyway, make a long story short, I always protect my family. When my brother and them go to school, I didn't let nobody mess with them.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I had to defend them. And so, but anyway, make a long story. That's how I came to God, man. I came to God the hard way. Then I started getting in this word. I started to understand my purpose.
The hard way.
And when I look at guys, you know, I know everybody got a story. Everybody been through something. I ain't the only one. I got it going on compared to people in Africa, and so I don't trip on that. It's just at that time, I was young. I didn't understand, man. I didn't understand why we had to go through so much. I didn't understand. And my mama, she apologized to me. She said, forgive her that we grow up the way we grow up. Forgive her that she couldn't give us the best life. And I told my mom before she died, I said, Mama, you ain't got to apologize to me because you taught me right and wrong. I chose to live this life. I chose to make the mistake. She told me this year, she said, you can always be my Joseph. You're my favorite child. And I know a mama ain't supposed to say that, but she told me I'm her favorite child. She said, God gonna save you, baby. God gonna use you. And I said, Mama, God can't use me. I don't know what that is. She said, He gonna make you a preacher one day. And she was right. And she said, God gonna get you out of prison. She was right. She said, all my brothers and sisters gonna get saved. She was right.
Wow.
So for my mom to tell me that, and I see it, it's a God. That's why I laugh at these guys that come up here. Everybody wanna be tough. But most of those guys is hurting. Most of those guys don't know who they is. Most of those guys. But I think in my situation, I had a hand that I didn't want to play. And I would kind of force a lot of bad decisions that I made. But I wanted to be accepted. So I felt like if I act tough, I felt like if I got people to like me, I could fit in.
Man. No, that's a testimony right there, Bishop. I have to say, it's very rare times that I get shook on this couch, man. And, you know, you said some things that's got to get dissected by somebody someday, because this is a young black kid's story to turn out the way you turned out and turn out to what you are now. Again, we should never be judged by our past, but your past is so flooded and haunted that I don't see how you even made it to this point based on what was written for you. Really wasn't written the way people think it should go. I'll say this, and again, this is an introduction to those who don't know, and thank you for coming to sit down with us because this gives a history lesson on a lot of things that happened in Dallas that we're trying to connect the dots on. We would love Ray Charles. We would love Curtis Blow. We would love all of y'all to come sit down and we just be a fly on the wall and just have y'all talk about the past of what y'all went through. But the current mission right now is really bringing a lot of children to the other side to where you letting them know that you don't got to be painted. The history that you just painted, you are not defined by that. Your future is much, much brighter as far as you're on a whole different mission. I got to thank you for that. With that being said, it'll be an honor for me to bring you back, put more knowledge on our fan base, put more knowledge on the young ones and speak to them. But as of now, for those that do watch this and want to see kind of what your ministry is like, do you mind telling them once again, how can they get at you? Where's your flock going right now?
My church we in Duncanville. We started in South Dallas at 200 East Car Lane. We're a church for real people. We're a church that people who've been broken. I'm not into popularity. I'm not into foolishness because the way I came to God was different. I came to God broken. Came to God confused. Came to God, didn't know my left hand from my right. So I have a compassion for many, even those young guys that call it. I got a 19-year-old that's out of control out here. And so I can understand, he have a lot of my anger in me somehow, because he grew up in a good neighborhood, but attitude, I don't know. I hope my blood didn't get in him. Yeah, and so, but I made a lot of mistakes. But it's never, I tell people all the time, I never mean to hurt nobody's daughter, hurt nobody's child. I never meant to shoot nobody. I'm not a gangster. I'm not that. I was confused, lost. I was, didn't have nobody to pull me over and say, hey man, that's another way out. And I say this here, what I don't like about even the guys in Dallas, man. These rappers.
We had a lot of guys and rappers on the couch tell a lot of stories.
Tell a lot of stories. And one thing I want to tell them that I don't like about them, man, anybody can play tough. Anybody can get a gun and shoot somebody. Anybody can talk about who they is. But it take a man to apologize to another man. It take a man to set his pride to the side. It take a man to tell them I'm wrong. When I see these guys, man, acting like gangsters, when you been through what I've been through, you numb to the talk. You even numb to the walk. It doesn't impress me because I had a system in my mind. If you don't outthink me, you're in trouble. It ain't about that I'm tougher than you. Can you outthink me? And that's the way I believe. But I tell these youngsters, I tell these rappers, man, y'all got an opportunity to change the world. Y'all, kids looked up to y'all. They believe in y'all. That's why I'm gonna be on Charles and White, all right with me. But Joker, I'm gonna be real with him. I don't like what he's standing for, man. You can give people knowledge. You can tell them this, how you love the kids, and you flash your money like you doing something. But when you talk down on your brother, when you disrespect a man, when you disrespect your sister, the evidence is showing that you don't really care. I hate when people get money and do it for their own glory. Just doing it, and you ain't doing nothing but sowing bad seeds in these kids that don't have a daddy, that don't have a mama, because the mama want to be young, or the daddy done got killed, or the daddy done walked off and left the kids. So if you don't have that compassion, I don't want to hear nothing you say. I don't care about how tough a person think they is. That never impressed me, because I was that same guy. I was the same guy that put a bullet in you, but it means nothing. It ain't did nothing get me time. Only reason why I'm here, because of the grace of God, I've been shot. I really supposed to be dead. And so I don't want to hear about how tough you are. I want to hear, are you willing to lay your life down to give somebody else life? Are you willing to say, hey man, I'm that same little dude that was on the block. I'm that same dude that had the master. I'm that same dude that was trying to help my family, but I was taught wrong. When we can come together that way, it's no way. This is the only city. You look at little baby. Everybody in this little hood clique getting money. You know why? Because he had a heart and he reached back to his homies and he made them rich and made him richer. What I don't understand about the world, Joker, people can get money and you can help the next person. You just want to be the only one to get the glory or the only one to feel like you the shot caller. I never been like that. Even these preachers, if you're not big, they don't care if you got a word to help the people. They on that, there's churches like the streets, man.
They don't want to let you up.
They won't even let, you got somebody that can help. I can't help a person that I never understood where he been. And so we got too many leaders that's operating and they don't have compassion for the people. That's my heart.
Man, that's real, man. With that being said, I got to thank you once again for coming down, sitting down and talking to us, man. Again, we would love to have you back.
Let's do it.
But with that being said, we have you now. This is a testimony. The Book of Eli.
Man, that's crazy. That's my movie, The Book of Eli.
Yeah,
the true
crazy.
Book of Eli.
The true Book of Eli, man. Let's go. You already know what it is, man. Bishop Eli, man. Little Eli, we got him on the couch. We got to say it. You are a real life 3-star. Yeah. Salute that. Message.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.